Hello and welcome to Trends in Architecture. This is going to be a really cool module. I hope that you enjoy all of the information that I've curated for you, looking at the historical aspects of architecture, some contemporary ideas of green architecture, and just getting you to think about all the buildings that you walk by or drive by, and give you some ideas about who maybe designed them. Think about like, oh, there was a person that designed that building, and then they had to think about the different structures and the best way to build it. And especially with museums and city halls, uh, bigger in architectural buildings that navigate the process that I'm going to be introducing you to in this learning unit. So take the time to watch this 3-minute video. It's really fun, and it gives you a quick kind of a snapshot of the history of architecture. And these are some of the topics that we'll be covering. The overviews, the main topics, talking about the historical and contemporary aspects of how architecture reflects nature, the environment, and the different technologies that have been used. And then we'll be focusing on Frank Lloyd Wright and Frank Gehry for this learning unit to learn about their creative process and how they both use architecture in a very interesting way. This is the required reading. There's 2 discussion posts, and there's 2 lectures this week. And these are quick links. So let me just kind of flip through the module. This is a great video that I encourage you to watch that talks about how a lot of architects really kind of design from nature. So they'll see something in nature and that inspires them, and then they react, and years later there's a building constructed from this concept that might have been inspired from a plant or an animal or something like that. So check that out. The required reading, so you can go ahead and click on this link and you can read through the chapter that I have for you. It's got a lot of great information, and here's just a collage of some of the architecture that Frank Lloyd Wright has created in his lifetime. I think you're really going to enjoy learning about him and his philosophies. And then lecture part 1, there is audio. So you're going to want to go ahead and download the PowerPoint and click play. Hopefully you've gotten used to that by now. And then there's some great videos that I encourage you to check out as well that kind of relate to the topics covered in the lecture. And the instructor's part 2 is read only, so there isn't any audio. And you can just review all of the text and information in the PDF with a couple of videos that relate to the information discussed in the in the lecture. And then this is just all of the information for the lectures condensed on one page, so you can access it easily. These are a bunch of helpful links that might, if you're curious about learning more from some of the information covered in the reading and the lecture. This is the first homework discussion post. There's a 4-minute video where I go over the requirements. And I'm asking you to do some research and learn more about Frank Gehry and Frank Lloyd Wright. So I've got some links that will take you to other websites. And then also there's a bunch of great videos that you're going to want to watch that will help you to be able to respond to the required prompts. And then, of course, the vocabulary for this week. And, again, responding to the different terms that are mentioned throughout the reading and the lecture. So I hope you enjoy this learning unit where I'll be introducing you to all different trends in architecture and a few other concepts as well. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, shoot me an email via Canvas.